County. I'm the founder and editor of Wiradjuri News on Facebook. And this is the week of August the 19th, 2015. The reason I say that is I try to do a weekly summary of Wiradjuri or Indigenous news that affects us on the digital world. This is welcome to the Wiradjuri land that we're on. We're in downtown backyard of the little office here in Dubbo. It's late in the evening, so bear with me. Try to make this a couple of minutes long and just do a quick wrap of everything that's happened with a bit of attitude thrown in. So yeah, forgive me if you can. What has happened this week? Oh, Twitter sphere. Say a big shout out to Luke Pearson and the Indigenous X guys for not just the work that you do on Twitter. So liking them on Twitter if you're not already liking them. Indigenous X also trying to do some fundraising to have an Aboriginal owned digital media group. So support them, see what you can do, and hopefully we'll see that up and running ASAP. What's happening in the Indigenous world? We've got the Recognise campaign change again this week. They recognise Indigenous people in the Australian Constitution, us flora and fauna people. What's happened this week is that a group approached the Prime Minister of Australia, the Prime Minister of Indigenous Peoples, approached him 2 weeks ago and gave him a path to Indigenous consultation about the Recognise campaign. He rejected that and said it was something like akin to a log of claims that the Australian public would not agree to. A log of claims? What's a log of claims, man? Like fair rights? Like you stole the land and we want the compensation for it? What's this log of claims that you feel so guilty about? If you feel so guilty about, have a treaty, deal with that, go on to the recognised guys. You know, that should be the process. Instead of you feeling guilty about this way and making it once you said it, you must have had some epiphany saying, hang on, no, we're supposed to be trying to railroad this, so let's go forward with it. So yesterday, you suddenly agreed to that process. Said, yeah, hang on, this is what we're actually trying to do, push this recognised thing through. So we will agree to this community consultation process. So let's leave that space open and see what happens, because not a lot of Aboriginal people, I don't think, will be agreeing to that process. What else has happened? We've had the Vegemite. What's the go with this Minister for Indigenous Affairs here in Australia? You know, thinking that Aboriginal people want to brew grog out of Vegemite. Can you imagine what that tastes like? Yuck. This is just Mr. Nigel Scullion, the Minister for Indigenous Affairs here in Australia, should be doing more positive stuff instead of dehumanising, degrading our people. That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He's trying to change that narrative that started with Howard, that Indigenous people are just loony out there floating, abusers and drinkers and goonheads or whatever we are. You know, this guy's trying to change us into not being human, and trying to make us look like we're animals out there in the bush. Yeah, get your head together, mate. So even the company that owns Vegemite today, Mondelez International, they say that it's impossible to make it. You know, you need a chemical lab. How many chemical labs you got out in Aboriginal communities to be able to do this? Scullion, you're a skullhead. You should just go with all the rest of you who try to degrade us, our people, you know. And our people deserve better. A minister and a party that listens and cares for the rights for Indigenous people, not degrade us. We're sick of it, you know. Change your narrative, change your head, change the party. We've had same-sex marriage debate keeps coming up too. So same-sex marriage, last week we had the Bark petition lobbied in Parliament House or Parliament to politicians in Canberra. Lobbied saying that traditional Aboriginal marriage is man-woman and that should never change, blah, blah, blah. This week we've had people counter that argument, saying that, hey, bring it all up to date. Our communities are now diverse, and we need to respect and adhere to the needs of all of our community, give all of our people rights, and same-sex marriage should be a debate that's over. It should already be passed. And well done to Wayne Bergman, an Indigenous businessman, who's come forward and says, you know, our people have been a minority and oppressed for too long. Bring it all up to date, man. Allow our, we shouldn't even say allow, we should say just agree that we all should be on the same page, and same-sex marriage should be a debate yesterday, not today. So yeah, shout out to all my gay and lesbian transgender mates all throughout Australia there. So what else have we got that's happening in the digital sphere of Aboriginal people this week? Investment in the North. We've had all that debate about the free trade agreements, etc. We've got politicians using Aboriginal arguments to make it would improve Aboriginal communities, etc. In Western Australia and Northern Territory, our pastoral lands and our cattle that's they could be exported directly to China. These are the same people who've been arguing, you know, a year ago that we should close down Aboriginal communities and remove Aboriginal community from these people from these communities and move them into cities and etc. etc. You're just using Aboriginal people through this argument for a free trade agreement with China. If you're really keen on investing in Aboriginal people and Aboriginal communities, do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait till these things are signed up. Put the money there. Do the right thing. Stop arguing about it. Stop using this as political tools. You know, use the only tools that are involved. So yeah, shut up. Do it. And to do with positives in the Aboriginal business world, big shout out to my cousin Paul Towney, who's negotiating with other Indigenous people, the Māori people in New Zealand. He has the only Indigenous asbestos removal company in Australia, and he's negotiating with various levels of government in New Zealand to try and build a partnership to remove the asbestos from the earthquake areas of Christchurch, and to employ Māori people and to build the capacity in the community for Māori people to be able to do that and be awarded those contracts as well. So well done Paul and Indigi Asbestos in that effort to build those partnerships, and it'd be good to build and develop more of those partnerships with our brothers and sisters in the Indigenous world. So generally that's my wrap. Hopefully you got a little bit out of that, and yeah, like our page and get onto Wiradjuri News for further updates. Hopefully you'll see this on a Friday, Sunday or Monday, one of those days with day written at the end of it. So